Hey everybody, Kevin Mangum here, and I want to welcome you to the Call to Action live show. And I'm going to do a recap of Funnel Hacking Live Day One. I realized one time in the past that I did my recap at the end of the night, which is fine, but you know, uh, I'm a little bit more rested, my energy's better, so nighttime is a little bit tired, and I think it's better to post this in the morning. Um, So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over, try to touch on the things that really stood out me with me and the notes that I took. And it was an amazing day. Thank you, Russell and the team for that. So it turns out that I think Russell, if I'm not mistaken, he said each day has a theme, and today's theme is offers. And um, you know, some of us have an idea of what an offer is, but the way Russell teaches it, and there's people have like a product or a service, they have that, and then they also have an offer. So the difference is an offer usually is going to, like with a product or a service, basically what it boils down to is, like, for example, let's say that I have a lawn care service or something like that. Well, um, you know, uh, that's a service that many people could offer in my city. But so therefore, I'm either going to have to price lower than them, or I'm going to have to um, price them, price uh, basically same rate or some kind of way to try to make a profit. So the way they're teaching it, that's not the best way. The best way, what they were saying, is to make an offer. So basically, with an offer, you bundle other things with it while potentially selling the best price for you, maybe even slightly above the market average. And but at the same time, giving your customer a benefit that they would not get if they were just paying for the service by itself. So, for example, um, I picked the lawn care service, but let's say that you had a lawn care service and they mowed the grass and they, trimmed the bushes, right? Um, Potentially, what you could do is, for example, you could offer adding the um, lawn care or the grass care type chemicals that make the grass grow better. Um, you could slightly like raise your price a little bit and then include that with you can say free, free lawn care chemical. Like, I'm not sure what to call it, but you could say in your off, and when you advertise it, you could say lawn care, free lawn care chemical to help your grass get more greener, grow better. Um, and maybe you could offer, like, if you sold like flowers or some kind of additional service that's going to make you stand out from the crowd. But what you do, you set your price point in a way where it's not lowballing you, but when it's presented in the marketplace, it'll say like, Tommy's lawn care service, and if you sign up with us today, you get the free bonus of, lawn care, no charge, um, flower care, no charge, and things like that. So that's just an example of what a difference between an offer and a service. A service is kind of the thing you do, and it looks like everyone else is in the world. An offer is your own unique thing that very few people could potentially replicate, and it makes you stand out in the crowd. All right. So Russell was the first speaker, of course, and I'm just going to hit on some of these points and see if see if any of these resonate with you. Um, So one of the things he talked about was this community, or those of us who are interested in doing more of what we love to do, the art we love to do, the work we love to do, whatever. So he calls it the he heard this from Garrett White, which is one of the coaches and speakers there. He said he calls it the 1% crazy, the 1% crazy. And he said, "Welcome home." So one of the things Russell talked about was the hero's journey, and basically with the hero's journey, it's like you said, it's in most movies. At the beginning, you have the hero, and basically he's like starting at point A, and then he's trying to get to some purpose or some goal at the end. And then there's everything in between that's happening on the hero's journey. So he talked about like you have yourself, right? So you have yourself as the hero, and I'm gonna kind of focus on you, and then I'm going to show how it's connected, how also your client is also the hero. But let's focus on you being the hero first, and then therefore you can be a hero to others, and then so on and so forth. All right. So on the hero's journey, um, you have basically the hero. It starts out where he gets the call to adventure. Okay. And basically, it's kind of like you were an ordinary person before, and then something inspired you to want to be a teacher, to want to be a chef, to want to, be a funnel builder, website designer, to want to, help moms, help people with relationship issue, whatever the case may be. And you hit this call to adventure, and the first thing that happens is you get the call to adventure. And then Russell said the second thing that happens is, let me just make sure I quote him properly here. He said you have refusal of the call. So one of the examples that he used is Lord of the Rings. And for those who know that story, um, Frodo is kind of just an ordinary, nice person in his village. And then he gets the call to he ends up being the owner of the Ring of Power, and he gets the call to take it so it can be destroyed. And like again, you and I are going to feel the same thing. First, we're going to hear the call. Then our mind is going to refuse the call. So this is important. Russell is saying that this is normal. This is normal. Most good people freak out when their mind starts to reject their dream. But this is Russell saying this is actually normal for the hero. Okay. So don't get weirded out or frustrated. Just accept that this is a part of the hero's journey. All right. So he talked about there are three aspects of the journey, meaning there's a journey of achievement. So the journey of achievement is you get from A to get to B. You reach your purpose, meaning like let's say your goal is to make like $1 million a year, so you can take care of your parents, take care of your kids, something like that, right? Well, once you complete the journey of achievement, Russell said that is not actually important at all. And actually, once you get there, you will realize it's not important. That's why a lot of people um like, for example, I've heard this, I don't know how true it is, but I've heard that when Olympic people, sometimes they'll, like, fight so hard and they'll get the gold medal, they will have an extreme, like some of them will have extreme low of depression because, like, "Oh my gosh, like, I accomplished my dreams goal, what do I do now?" Because all they really was fighting for was the gold medal, okay? They were fighting for the achievement, but Russell was saying what's even better than that for us is the journey of transformation. That means the person that you become from point A to point B is much more important because he was saying that you're going to go through all of these things and it's going to be brutal. Okay. It's going to be terrible at times. So many bad years, bad things happening. And, but these things are going to give you the character to help others. And that's why he said the highest journey in the hero's journey is the journey of contribution. It's the journey when you give back to others. It's the journey when you achieve your goal and you're able to take care of your parents. You're able to take care of your children. You're able to give to the poor, give charity, give to an orphanage. All these things that people wish the government would do. And I'm not getting political. I'm just saying we have so many things in our heart that really, if we had the financial ability to do, we would do it. We would invest in the church. We would invest in the temple. We invest in the mosque. We would invest in the education of the young. We would invest in the caretaking of the elderly. We would do it if we had the financial means. Okay. We really know that that's what we feel in our heart, and you know, but we don't have the ability. But once we complete that journey, we'll be able to contribute to others. Now, basically, Russell was saying that the hero's goal is to, like, according to the author that made the hero's journey, is to get the elixir, okay, which is like the magic, purpose or magic, drink or whatever, so to speak. And then you're going to now give it to your dream customer, meaning your ideal person you want to work with. Okay. Now, when you go get it off the mountain, so to speak, the elixir, you're going to bring it down because you're going to be serving the people that were you 5 years ago when you were without knowledge, without wisdom, without understanding, without the bruises and the bumps. So this is the power that it really touched me. And I didn't really get it at first. You, you going through all those storms, the backstabbing, the betrayal, the broke, you know, the death of your, favorite aunt, whatever. This is going to help your dream customer. Now you're going to be a hero to them because they are going to be faced with similar storms. And because you've already weathered the storm, you already like, hey, look, I got this hat, I got this raincoat, I got this umbrella, I got you covered. Versus like them just doing like you did and trying to go out on your own and figure it out. All right. So moving along, I'm just gonna go through these points and try to get as much going as I can. I might have to break this into parts, which might be smarter because um, they really kind of went deep on like a single framework or two. But Russell talked about um, there are three important things that we ask when we're going after the goal. The what, the how, and the why. What is the goal? How will I achieve it? And why am I doing it? Well, the why is the most powerful thing, okay? And this is taught by in the book called Start with Why. All right. It's a circle, what's on the outside, how's in the middle. I'm sorry, how's next, smaller circle, why is in the middle. Then Russell broke it down. When you find out your why, there are two who's in regards to the why. It becomes you. It's who you want to become and who you are called to serve. You just need to concentrate on those two things. We concentrate on too many things. Okay. We have decision fatigue. Okay. I'm going to do a whole show on decision fatigue because some of us know about that. a lot of us think we're just procrastinators. We're so lazy. We're the worst person in the world. No, our brain is making decisions 24/7. And really, we just experiencing decision fatigue. So when it's time to do the important thing, our brain is just exhausted. Okay. Because we do not have um we 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 don't have the unlimited time in the sense of like, like not so much that we're wasteful of the time, but we are. But um the fact that we are using our energy and in every decision we make. Okay. So I got like I got like a 24 pack of these water bottles, okay, when I got here. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna there's not gonna be any confusion. I'm gonna get my water in and boom, got it on day one, decision complete. I got plenty of water for the next couple of days. All right. So I don't have to decide like, because I'll be thinking like, oh my gosh, like first day I came, I didn't have a lot of water at first. Then it's stressing me out because I didn't drink enough water. Now I don't have that problem. So that decision is off the table. Okay. Now, a couple of things Russell talked about. You're going to ultimately change yourself, change your family. Start by changing yourself. Okay. Like Michael Jackson said, if you're a fan, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. You know, if you want the world to be a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Okay. Don't That's the way. So he said you're gonna change yourself first, then your family, then your community. Okay. And then hopefully the world. All right. And so he's saying that you're doing it for the future you. I'm doing this for the future Kevin. Okay. I want, in the past, it might have been, I might have had hard times and you might have hard times, but we're doing this for the future. Okay. So don't focus on the past too much if you can help it. All right. Now, try to, Russell was going so deep. I'm going to try to get through this. So basically, Russell kind of did a good job of coding the ideas that um, he who he got the ideas from in the presentation. But I'm gonna I might not always mention who was referred to and get to the point. All right. So Russell was talking about how um, basically um, there are three groups of people in the group, three types of people in the group, um, and basically there are people who interestingly, the way I have my notes written, he says a third of the people are comfortable with the status quo. I think but I'm guessing one third of people just have no awareness. They're neither here nor there. They're indifferent, right? Um, and the final third are people that are waiting for the radical to arrive, for the radical person to arrive, right? He said, "You are the radical. Everyone else is waiting. Everyone else is waiting. Why can't my church be better? Why can't my mosque be better? Why can't my family be better? You know, why is why are the school not better?" It's like, no, everyone's waiting for that person to show up, and you are that person. So he went further to say, um, God is just testing you. He believes God is just testing you to see if you'll keep showing up. Okay. All right. You got this idea you're given. You have this talent, this love, this passion. God's just testing you, see if you can quit like everybody else or just keep showing up. All right. Two books that he referred to. The first one is called The War of Art. Okay, not to be keep confused with the art of war. The War of Art, and then he said, get the second book, Turning Pro. I have The War of Art. I don't have Turning Pro. Russell says highly recommended. To beat resistance, you need to also read the Turning Pro book. But Russell was saying that the problem with people that are writers or authors, the problem is not that it's difficult for them to write and they have writer's block. The problem is for them to sit down and start writing because they'll sit down and they won't write anything. So you need to write at least the first sentence. So, and you need to decide, okay, when you feel resistance, because we all feel it, all beings feel resistance when we started doing something. When you start doing it, you just need to decide, I'm going to do it. That's the only way, according to Russell. So, um, Russell also said, so first you're going to have on the hero's journey, trying to wrap this up, the call to adventure, the refusal of the call, and then the guide shows up. Um, but the guide, meaning the mentor, the guide, the coach, they don't show up until after you accept the call. So many people are so alone and they're trying to do it, and they're like, man, I might as well just give up. Ain't nobody helping me, whatever. Um, you need to you according to Russell and also in the Hero's Journey book, the guide doesn't come until after you accept the call. It's like I think it's an old Chinese proverb. I'm not sure. It's an old proverb that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Okay, okay. But if you keep saying I can't do it, I'm gonna quit. I can't do it. It just that's not how it works. Okay, and it's always been that way. Asking you shall receive. You know, um, you know these quotes. Okay, these scripture quotes. Okay. Um, we have not because we ask not. Okay. Knock and the door will be answered. All right. We're just not knocking. We're not asking. Ask for what you want. Communicate it. Say it. Just say it. For goodness sake, for your own sake, someone's gonna hear it and help you out. All right. And it said once the guide comes, they're gonna give you a map. And then conflict's gonna come when you get the map, okay? Just because you get the map doesn't mean you're gonna easily, complete, you know, law school, chef school, web design school, anything you're trying to do, it doesn't just because you got the map in the course, it now is gonna get even harder, okay? Like and he used the old Mike Tyson quote, this one, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth, right? That's a good one. That's a hard one too. Um, okay, and we're gonna wind down here, but essentially Russell was saying, uh, you want to be, by the way, I appreciate you all for watching this video with me, and as I'm creating it, this my plan is to do this, every day. So hold me to it if you can. Um, but he's saying God is testing us to be a steward of His ideas. Um, so it's really like Russell was saying he believes that God is always giving people in the world good ideas, ordinary people that living ordinary lives. He's giving them good ideas, but he's just testing you to see if you're going to use it or not. You're going to use the talent or not. It's just test, see if you're going to use it. Many people won't use it. Okay. Um, and he said you're going to feel like you're not ready. He said you're going to feel like you're not ready. You feel like you're not worthy. All right. He said there are two driving forces: fear and faith. He said, if, according to the Napoleon Hill book, Outwitting the Devil, he says the people the people that are driven by fear are the drifters. People that are driven by faith are the driven. Okay. So when you have faith in the purpose, he says you believe. He said he believes it comes from God. He believes the purpose comes from outside of yourself. Believe the guide. Okay, believe the purpose. It's not. It's calling you from the outside. Okay, um, and internally we have like the fear talking to us. Okay, and that's causing the fear and the doubt in the purpose. Um, so he said, you need to, he said, you and I need to put blinders on and trust the guide, meaning like don't there's a thing called shiny object syndrome. Basically, like if a person, they went to one type of training and then they said, "Oh, it's no good. I don't like it. Oh, look at this one. That looks nice. I'm gonna try that one. Oh, I don't like it. It's no good. Oh, look at this one." And they're just all over the place, studying all these courses and never committing. He said you need to commit to put blinders on and commit to the guide. Okay. Again, it's a journey of transformation. It's what you're gonna become. You don't know. You're not ready yet, and you're not worthy yet. All right. So, and then he said we need to ultimately teach our students, which is the contribution, teach our students to put on blinders and trust the guide, which is you. So, if you want people to trust you and focus on you and not be distracted all over the place, you need to do that with your own teachers and your own mentors. So, we can't expect anything out of others that we don't do for ourselves. Okay. Practice what you preach. Okay. Um, and then he mentioned this author, a lady named Elson Lincoln Benedict. I don't want to get the name wrong. I was trying to write it as fast. They, her book was, if I'm not mistaken, is How to Get Anything You Want in Life. It's a really older book, and she's discovered that there's actually no need for faith in yourself in the beginning. She said, basically Russell said, apply the map that your mentor gave you, and you will get the proof, and you will get faith from that. So many people like they want to have faith before they step out and try something. No, you need to like trust in your coach, trust in your teacher, your professor, your mentor, and you need to just kind of step out there and do it. All right. So and Russell talked about like the three phases of learning that he felt that I think we all can sometimes relate to. He said the first one is walking around, I think I'm dumb. So that's number one. I think I'm dumb. We've all felt that way. A lot of us have confidence, or some of us don't. But when you're trying to go into something that's really exciting to you and you have no clue what it is, you think you're dumb. Then he said, then your second phase is you go, wait, I'm not dumb. You know, then you start learning it, doing it, and stuff like that, following the guide, following the map. And then he said the final level is you're like, I'm actually smart. What it is I'm not smart at all these things that society and the world is trying to get me to good at that I don't care about. Okay. I'm actually smart in my unique ability. We all have a unique ability. And even scientifically, according to science, they say that our DNA at the deepest level for each of us as individual will never be replicated. Okay. So we all are born with a unique ability. And he talked about the ripple effect that Dave Woodward, rest in peace, was a good close friend, best friend of Russell, talked about the ripple effect that you and I will have. So you will help yourself, then you will help your parents and your siblings or your children or something like that. And then you're gonna help eventually your team members, your employees. And then hopefully then your employees gonna help their family and so on and so forth. And that's the ripple effect he talked about. So then to wind things down, Russell talked about the goal for the next 4 days, and that was day one. It just passed. Um, so he said it's going to be uh, learning about offers on day one. Day two is we're going to learn the one to many selling presentation. So he was saying these are the three things we need to get good at. Um, and then the day three is the virtual stage. Um, and then he said also known as your funnel, which I'm very curious about what he means by that. And he went further to talk about the origin of ClickFunnels and how before it was even ClickFunnels, they had a website called click.com.com. I think eventually they had one called .com. That's why he came up with the .com secrets book, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and when he quoted Tony Robbins, he said that a lot of people, most people on their deathbed, when they look back at their life, the worst thing ends up being the best thing because it transformed them. That storm, that terrible thing they went through. Basically, he talked about how he met Todd Dickerson because they were trying to code, do all the coding, and it was, that wasn't going well for them until he came along and they became friends and partners. Um, he told Todd, he said, um, I'm looking for a partner because I can't pay you right now. And it's funny, he brought Todd on stage and he talked about like for the longest time, Todd didn't pay him. I'm sorry, they didn't pay Todd, and Todd stuck with them, and now they're all successful with ClickFunnels because they stuck it out together. Um, so uh, that's kind of like the gist of what Russell was talking about. He mentioned OfferLab, and then um, turns out it ended up being free, and he gave us like these free T-shirts, and it's so cool. Basically, it, it's it's an app that basically people join the community, right? They join the group, and they're able to add their offers to the marketplace. Now they have a software called OfferLabs that you can, as you wish, you can select offers in the marketplace that you want to promote, combine it with your offer, and get like I think it's a 50% commission pay depending on the offer. But basically in short, like um, you know, like if I knew someone that was like had a virtual assistant service or a freelancing service or a graphic design service, I could combine their go on this website. Look, I'm gonna show it to you. Just to kind of show you the page. So I'm not bluffing here. Um Basically you can go, I think it's you can look up different artists offers and stuff. Anyway, the long and short of it is you can select a person. I wanted to show, here it is. And so you can actually add your offer, but you can select different people's offers and put it in and make an offer stack, meaning um this is just I'm just doing this off the top of my head. Let's say I had a friend who had a self-development book, right? If I'm not mistaken, I could um create an offer stack where I could have my well, let's go back. I want to think of one that's kind of easier for me to relate to. The virtual assistant or the freelancer or the graphic designer. I could I could offer my funnel website building service, add them as a collaborator in their offer. So they pay for my funnel service, and then um, you know, Tony, the freelancer graphic designer, could could create their logos and stuff like that. Now this offer is linked by the system. So this I'm kind of giving a rough explanation, but basically Tony and I don't have to do lift a finger. We join Offer Lab and we combine offers. The system, in other words, if I make a funnel website and part of the offer or the upsell is the logo service, because I don't make logos and I'm not interested in making logos. It's like they say, who not how, find the who. so you don't need to howl and just collaborate. Well, I'll get, for example, 50% commission. So they purchase the offer from me that includes web design and Tony's logo service. I mean, and you can add like a third and a fourth service, right? Um, I get 50% when the customer buys through my funnel, 50% of what Tony um uh charges for the logo service. And then if Tony wanted to have his own website, including my web design offer, okay? Just to keep it simple, I think you're going to be splitting 50-50. But he doesn't have to lift a finger. He just creates the offer, adds me like if my uh, offer was in the system, I need to add it to the system. He doesn't have to lift a finger. I fulfill on the web design. He gets 50% of my web design price. Okay. So this is to me, this is next level. I don't know of any other systems out there to do it. And um yeah, so I'm excited about this, and I'm excited with collaborating with people. Anyways, thank you for this time. I went a bit longer than I planned, but thank you for hanging out with me as I'm going live. And I'm going to get ready to go down to Funnel Hacking Live Day 2 and learn some good stuff and go get the magic elixir and bring it back to you. Bring it back to the village because it's all about that. It's all about each one teach one, you know, like I like to say, village of fishermen. Okay. Teach them how to fish. And then we all get better at fishing. Then next thing you know, you might be helping me learn about how to be a better fisherman. So, all right, thank you, everyone. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day, and talk to you soon. Stay tuned. Thank you for joining me. Oh, one one thing I said I was gonna do, I want to go ahead and do it. But I gotta kind of practice this and get it going here. But today's call to action live show is brought by our two sponsors, CF Site Care, where you can get your now. This is gonna let you get all your website repairs, all your tune-ups, blog posts, um, email workflows, calendar appointments, single funnel pages, affiliate center, um, you name it, any of the tasks that you need to be completed with ClickFunnels. Um, and by the way, we are not sponsored by ClickFunnels, but we offer our service is strictly with ClickFunnels. Just so you know, we're not officially sponsored by ClickFunnels. But CF Site Care for your web repairs and tune-ups, setups and revisions, so you can focus on your business and your sales and not have to worry about tech issues. Okay. And the Tech Starters 3-page funnel blueprint where you can use our proven template that will allow you to immediately start getting leads and sales. Um, that is going to help people get started right away. And so, with that being said, thank you, everyone. Y'all have a great day. Bless you and take care. Talk to you soon.